I'll cut to the chase.
A ver qué pedo.
This is about the ice worm. That Institute relic you had a run-in with. The corpse might stand a chance if it were just the PCA they were teaming up against. But that monster is a whole other story. You can't just throw bodies at it. The thing that makes it such a pain in the ass is its perpetual reactive shield.
Permanente.
Coral tech. Takes advantage of the coral's directivity. Ordinary weapons can't touch it. So let's get extraordinary. I can make you something that'll punch a hole in that shield. But I'll need your help.
Interesante.
You'll be heading to Grid 012, one of the first sectors they built, and it's barely holding up. That's where a little rat who betrayed RAD is hiding out. Goes by the name of Honest Brute.
Ah, ya me enfrenté a la arena. Es alguien que lanza...
When he ran from RAD, he didn't just take credits in tech. He also took a secret project of mine.
Él usa lanzallamas y proyectiles. Bueno, ya lo vencí una vez y lo pienso volver a hacer. Solo vamos a ver si mi estrategia... Bueno, la estrategia que voy a usar es la normal, esto. Pero la estrategia que usé para derrotarlo en la arena es diferente. Así que vamos a ver qué tal está.
You ready for this, tourist? No one's gonna miss Brute. And we all stand to gain.
También derroté a Carla de la ceniza. En el este era un dolor en el culo. ¿Por qué? Porque sus ataques se basaban en lanzar 40.000 misiles teledirigidos. Nada más. Se alejaba, lanzaba misiles. Se alejaba, lanzaba más misiles cuando el cooldown se acababa. Fue un dolor en el culo, pero lo derroté.
All right, tourist. I'll tell you where to go.
Welcome, tourist. It's a delight to enjoy the company of a visitor.
Ah, sí, es la arena, la misma arena donde luché contra él.
We're here to take back what you stole from us.
Oh heavens, you're a friend of Carla's. Splendid. Any friend of Carla's is a friend of mine.
Ustedes no saben qué tampoco me interesan, así que yo me largo.
Ah, my new friend. You're here at last.
Ok, ¿dónde estás, cabrón?
Oh, Carla, you've introduced me to such wonderful people. Wonderful things.
Ah, claro, esa maldita huevada la usa. Todos los de la arena la han usado, todos. Adiós, basura.
My friend, this is a gift. Thank you.
Enemy AC is silent.
Looks like he's dead. Good. All right, tourist. I'll see about retrieving our secret project. We'll need it to go worm hunting.
Ojalá. Lanzallamas mal cocinero. Mente alfa.
One new message.
This is Chatty Stick, RAD.
¿Y tú quién puta?
Thanks for putting down Brute. The chief's already in the workshop tweaking the rail cannon. And I've never seen her happier to be at work. That is all.
Ah.
Later, tourist.
Huevo.
Got a job for you, 621. We've received a request from the Arquebus Group.
Raven, this request comes from our subsidiary Schneider.
Schneider, me gusta sus piezas
It
ligeras.
concerns the Bertram spaceport, which you and V4 brought under our control. We've received intel that a stranded PCA fleet is planning to retake the base. Your objective is to intercept the PCA and defend the spaceport. We've deployed an MT squad to support you. Use them as you see fit. That concludes the briefing. Good luck.
Go.
The PCA are going to be fighting to win. 621, don't forget you have MT backup.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Wait, something's not right, 621.
The battle's over already.
¿Cómo?
Find out what's going on.
¿Me tendieron una trampa? Oh, what the fuck, ¿qué pasó? Esa es la flota de los de la PCA. ¿Y ese?
Do you read me, Raven? I've identified the target. That's the mercenary who took your name.
Ah, ya sé qué es.
Let's see how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
Ah, ya entiendo. O sea, yo le robé el nombre a un muerto. A un muerto, y ese es alguien que conoce al muerto y ve que estoy...
Augmented human C461. We're not here to take back the Raven name. However, we will see if you can do it justice.
Ay, otra vez con esa porquería, en serio.
Original owner. Tie up the loose end, 621.
Are you a corporate pawn or a handless hound? Either way, there is some
Ah, mierda.
At least not yet.
One repair kit remaining.
Mierda. A veces odio esa hoja porque...
A raven is a symbol of resolve. The will to choose what one fights for.
Just focus on the fight, 621.
Yes, Raven, I feel it too. This mercenary has potential.
The will to choose.
Ah, mierda.
At 30%.
Ya no tengo curas.
That pilot just wiped out a PCA.
¿Qué pedo con este tipo?
One cannot fly on borrowed wings. It seems our gig isn't over yet, Raven.
¿Qué pasa con esta porquería? No le he hecho nada de daño.
At 30%.
That pilot just wiped out a PCA squad. Stay sharp, 621.
Ah, mierda.
A raven is a symbol of resolve. The will to choose what one fights for.
Just focus on the fight, 621.
Puta madre. Muere, basura.
Raven, we can still... All right. We'll watch this one. See where they go on a Raven's wings.
Discúlpame por haber robado tu AC, pero bueno. Ahora es mío. ¿Qué imputante eres? Te curabas. Basura.
No new message.
I've looked into the other Raven, the independent mercenary who attacked you.
Dime.
It turns out that Raven isn't an individual call sign.
Ay.
It's a title, passed down generations of mercenaries who champion the free will Raven stands for.
O sea, hay mercenarios que hacen lo que quieren.
They choose what to fight for, and take to the skies in flight. If that's what being a Raven means, then that's the name I want to keep calling you. Raven.
Gracias. Ah, este me gusta. Raven. Ah, yo no quería hacer esta misión, pero bueno.
Raven, I have a personal request to ask you. It's about the Engabret Tunnel, which is to be shut down after it was hit by a coral surge. I want to go there and survey the area. Even before the coral surge, that place had been all but abandoned. It's an old structure, dating far back into the colonization of Rubicon. There must be items of interest from throughout the planet's history there. As I'm sure you're aware, I have no resources with which to pay you. But I can propose an alternative. If you find any wrecks left by the PCA, you should try accessing them. Both the corporations and the Rubiconians are gathering data on PCA technology. Whatever you collect, I can exchange for credits and transfer the funds to you.
We got ourselves a deal, Handler Walter. Michigan. So, Arquebus met us halfway?
I gave them the heavy warship fleet. In exchange, Balaam's in charge of putting down the beast. They also offered some top Vespers. Guess they don't trust us.
Better than nothing. I'll provide what support I can, too.
Yeah, your mad scientists, RAD or whatever, and that hound of yours.
Michigan. Don't underestimate 621. That hound always delivers.
Como me sigan llamando sabuesos es que los voy a matar yo mismo. Llámenme cuervo mínimo.
One new message.
What kept you, 621? You're a famous mercenary now. Time to act like one. This next mission's all or nothing. Make sure you attend the briefing.
Arma de hombro, lanzagujas aturdidora. A ver, pues. Puta, pero sobrepaso el peso. ¿Y ahora qué chuchas hago? Tengo que usar esa porquería, sí o sí. Puedo mandar a la mierda esto, pero ¿por qué? Vamos con esto. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Final del capítulo, vamos.
Listen up, 621. This will be a joint operation led by Balaam and Arquebus. The briefing's about to start. I want you to attend.
First, some background
Yo en la
before we go
reunión.
into detail. The intercorporate ceasefire is now in effect, and we will be carrying out coordinated attacks against the PCA. The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated...
I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA and theaters across Rubicon.
Directo al punto.
And y'all got the short end of the stick. You're here to take on the worst of our dirty work, hunting the beast of the ice field.
Hijo de puta.
Sure thing, Chief. Tell you what, I'll watch and let you know how badly that goes for us.
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line.
Moving on. Let's talk about how we're going to neutralize the iceworm's coral shield. You'll be dealing with a layered barrier made up of a primary and a secondary shield.
Arquebus will provide the means to break the first layer. The state-of-the-art stun needle launcher. Aim for the face, and it will deliver results, I assure you.
What about the second layer?
RAD's cooked up just the thing. A neat little toy we call the overhead rail cannon. If we divert the spaceport standby power to the ORC, it should hit hard enough, assuming we land the shot.
¿Es en serio?
You can leave that to me. I know a thing or two about sharpshooting.
Rusty.
I'll oversee operations on the ground. A ragtag crew like this needs leadership.
We could use some more suppressive fire. I'll send Chatty.
That just leaves the question of who will be taking charge of the stun needle launcher.
Obviamente yo, ¿no?
I know just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick.
Voluntario.
Gun 13, you get all that? Good. Time for another field trip.
No puedo opinar. Nadie dijo nada. No puedo opinar. Váyanse a la mierda.
It's not every day you see competing forces working together like this. Now
Gata.
remember 621.
Esta misión va a ser grande. Gatita, no me dejas ver.
It's time, 621. You ready?
Pues me están mandando a la muerte, supongo que estoy bien. Listo.
Mission depends upon you, Raven.
Parece que no. A mí me mandaron a la muerte.
I'll be here to offer
Me mandaron a la muerte y yo no dije nada.
Main system activating combat mode.
A ver qué tal sirve esta porquería. A ver.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
Ok.
Commencing operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Arquebus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is?
¡Au! Puta madre, ¿dónde está sujeta?
We gotta deal with those pesky shields first. Gun 13, roll out that fancy gizmo that Arquebus paid the big bucks for.
You need to aim
Quisiera saber dónde está, pues.
the rest of its body is covered in thick.
Puta madre, sus porquerías esas.
Full Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire.
Mierda. Quisiera apuntar a su cabeza, pero no
Got a
aparece.
message from the chief for you. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
Carajo con tu cabeza, hijo de la gran puta. ¡Ah! Por fin.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence. Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Setting correction A-OK. 90, 95.
Puta madre, no sé a dónde ir. Yo voy a seguir a estos tipos.
I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Got 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
That freak actually did it.
Ya, bueno, ahora sí depende de mí otra vez.
Just a fast hurdle.
The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Oh, drones. Destruyanlas ustedes, hagan algo.
V4, load the next shell.
Uy,
Step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head skirt on straight. Never thought about switching sides?
Sure is an honor to be praised.
¿Dónde está?
by the
¿Dónde está
Red
sujeta?
Guns
¿Dónde está
on four
sujeta?
legs. But I'll pass.
¡Listo!
Shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%. 100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy. Wait, something's wrong. Fall back 621.
¡Mierda, coral!
We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised.
The coral. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next
Esos
shot will be my
misiles.
last.
Do this to me yet, Bringer. I'm not going down first.
Mierda, están muriendo uno a uno.
Significant damage. Might be checking out soon, tourist.
Me estoy quedando solo. Solo queda este tipo del charlatán. No mames que los han matado. ¿Perdimos a dos? ¡Uy, mierda! Quisiera saber dónde está.
Repair kit remaining.
¡No!
This operation will fail without you.
Got 13, what are you doing? The mission's a failure. All units, retreat.
Ah, qué huevada. Es que no podía apuntarle a su cabeza ya.
Like a professional outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanna be.
We gotta deal with those pesky shields first. Got 13. Roll out that fancy gizmo that Archivist paid the big bucks for.
Need to aim for the head. The rest of its body is covered in thick armor.
This is V4 Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire, buddy.
Tourist, got a message from the chief for you. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
gotta tell me. I ain't going down with you fools.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence. Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Setting correction A-OK. 90, 95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Got 13, heads open for a direct hit.
That freak actually did it.
Did what? The bare minimum. This is just the first hurdle.
The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Vamos, vamos.
V4, load the next shell.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head screwed on straight. Never thought about switching sides?
Sure
Gata.
is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%. 100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy. Wait, something's wrong.
Bueno, ya está. Sin perder nada de vida.
We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised.
The coral. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next shot will be my last.
Taking significant damage.
¡No!
Checking out tourist.
HP at 50%.
Puta, es que la cagada es que no encuentro su cabeza. Mierda, ahí estaba su cabeza.
Not through yet. Its primary shield is getting stronger.
Mierda,
Cool,
tengo que...
buddy.
I'm out, tourist. You're on your own now. Withdraw.
Mierda, me cago.
HP at 50%.
Me cago, mierda.
Got 13. Looks like the beast goes on the defensive when it feels cornered. Just so happens, right?
Primary shield down.
Good work, buddy. All EML modules connected. Energy turbines at full capacity. Output at 80, 90. All emergency valves closed. Disabling limiter. 100, 110, 115. Rail cannon and EMP output.
¿Dónde está? Aquí.
All or nothing.
¡Adiós! Menos mal cargo a tiempo. Menos mal cargo. Menos mal cargo a tiempo mis espadas.
You shitting me? The freelancer really did it.
Menos mal, gatita. ¿Por qué tus ojos están así?
The blast will contaminate the area. Get out of...
¿Aire?
Choral voices. Lost again. Raven. There's something I have to tell you.
Ay, mierda, ¿qué me vas a decir ahora? ¿Que tú eres el coral?
The coral.
Soy yo.
It's my family. My brothers and sisters.
Como sea, toda esta huevada son rubiconianos
I am
muertos.
a single wave, born from the coral tide. A Rubiconian without a body. No one even knew I was there for such a long time. Raven, you're the only one who...
Aire.
Go get your rest, 621. Things are going to get busy. You did good.
Estaba jodido.
The temporary alliance between the Arquebus and Balaam groups turned the tide of war, devastating the Planetary Closure Administration forces and exiling them from Rubicon.
Mandamos a la mierda la PCA.
Though it was the Iceworm mission led by Balaam that dealt the decisive blow, Arquebus, through their own engagements with the PCA, augmented their strength with seized weaponry.
Tienes cara de mala.
The balance of power was broken. The scales tipped in Arquebus's favor. And the Rubicon Liberation Front's hopes of fighting an exhausted foe were dashed.
Todo por mi culpa. Yo
With
que
the
ya los
loss
había
of their
ayudado.
common enemy, the rival factions' war for the Coral abruptly reignited. And their bitter conflict burned with renewed intensity.
¿Podré elegir? No, no puedo. El que me pague mejor va a ser a quien voy a ayudar. Soy mercenario.
Augmented human C4621, entering standard mode. 2 new messages.
¿Qué estás viendo? Me estás asustando.
621. I'd wanted to let you rest some more, but the corps are on the move already. With the PCA gone, it's back to work, getting to where the Coral's gathering. Do you remember the survey you carried out at Xylem? My friend analyzed the data and learned about a massive facility under the central ice field. Watch Point Alpha. Turns out that the ice worm was defending the entrance to that place. It's time to let ourselves in.
Puedes dejar de mirar eso, me asustas. ¿Acaso está el coco ahí? Aire.
Raven, there's something you need to know. That friend Walter mentioned. The comms database has no record of the conversation he just told you about. This isn't about just finding the coral, Raven. He's after something more, and he's using you to do it.
¿En serio?
Here on Rubicon.
Yo sabía que me estaba usando, solo que no sabía para qué. Y bueno, espero que volvamos por acabar el capítulo 2. Ya hemos avanzado, ya hemos acabado el capítulo 3. Y no sé cuántos capítulos tendrá, pero bueno, mientras más largo mejor. A eso le digo de los juegos. Pero bueno, espero que les haya gustado el capítulo 2. Si les gustó, dale like, que eso me ayuda muchísimo. Compártelo con tus amigos. Activa la campana y suscríbete para más videos de Armored Core Fire, South Rubicon. Y nos vemos en el siguiente video. Hasta luego.
One day you